The 2011 Green Lantern movie was not so bad. There I said it. This is my unpopular opinion of 2020. You can leave the video if you're already triggered. Now if you haven't disliked and left the video yet, then welcome to Wonderwhy IC, and today I have a special video for all of you. Today I'll talk about the 2011 Green Lantern movie and I'll give you my thoughts about it. But as always, this is simply my personal opinion. You're totally free to agree or disagree. I'll just say that watch the video till the end to understand my point of view. Now before beginning the video, let me make 3 things very clear. I'm not a DC fanboy, I'm not a Marvel or MCU fanboy, and I'm not a Ryan Reynolds fanboy. I'm just another random guy on YouTube who loves to watch movies and anime in his free time. So currently my semesters are over and I'm at home, and apparently yesterday I had nothing better to do than watching the television when I stumbled upon this movie, that is the 2011 Green Lantern. Now surprisingly enough, this is the first time that I'm actually watching this movie properly. Back in 2011, after hearing the verdict of the critics and after seeing the general negativity among the public, I decided to skip this movie altogether and I never really watched it after that. And also at that time I didn't have the money to go and watch the movie in a theater, but that's beside the point. Anyway, setting aside my already biased and public molded views, I decided to actually watch the movie and give it a fair shot, even though I still had this lingering fear that Green Lantern would turn out to be another absolute garbage like Dragon Ball Evolution, the definition of trash and misdirection. But lo and behold, it wasn't that bad at all. Of course there were numerous cringeworthy moments throughout the movie, but it wasn't the worst thing that I've ever seen. That sweet spot will forever be reserved for the abominable garbage that is Dragon Ball Evolution. But coming back to Green Lantern, I think this movie is not as bad as what the critics portray it to be. Sure, it's not at all on the level of say something like Batman Begins, but still, this movie has its positive moments. Moreover, one thing that I feel everyone forgets is the fact that this movie actually shows some respect to the original comic book material. After watching the disappointments like Batman vs Superman, I can safely say that the 2011 Green Lantern movie did some justice to the character. I mean, it's not as bad and misunderstood as Batman killing with guns, or say the Flash's weird running motions in Justice League, etc. Don't get me wrong, I'm not hating the current DC movies just for the sake of making a video. I love DC comics, and even in the cinematic universe, I really like Henry Cavill's portrayal of Superman, and the same goes for Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman. Hell, last year's Shazam was a really awesome movie in my opinion, but Batman vs Superman was just that bad. So putting all that into context, I feel like Green Lantern is just hated for the sake of meme culture, and even more after Deadpool 2's post-credit scene. I think what DC and Warner Brothers were trying to make here can be successfully found in the movie Shazam. That is, a light-hearted and humorous movie with chock full of comic book references. But when the need arises, the hero rose up to the task after he gets rid of his emotional baggage. In other words, a balance between Hollywood superheroism and comedy. Incidentally, I enjoyed one particular scene way more than I actually should have, and that was the Green Lantern's oath. Now, I was never really a big fan of the character Green Lantern, be it Hal Jordan or Jon Stewart. For me, it was always like, yeah, alright, I know this character, I know its powers, but it was never really in my top 10 list of superheroes as such. Amusingly enough, I like the Blue Lanterns much more, but nevertheless, when Hal Jordan accepts his responsibilities and agrees to become the Lantern, that moment is epic. Yeah, it's funny too, like to see him try to activate the Lantern by saying a multitude of catchphrases like Shazam was really funny, and finally when he says the Green Lantern oath, that moment was actually very good in my opinion, and actually I got goosebumps from the Green Lantern oath. Also on that note, let's talk about the Green Lantern himself, Hal Jordan. Now, considering the script and the story, Ryan Reynolds did a pretty good job on the character, I believe. Yes, the comedy aspects were a little too much, but more or less, most adaptations add a slightly humorous side to Jordan's character. Also, the best part about this movie was certainly Mark Strong's portrayal of Sinestro. He was made for this character, and his performance was actually the best thing in the movie. And I'm actually really sad that we never got the tease sequel in the end where Sinestro forms the Yellow Ring. This just goes on to show the acting prowess of Mark Strong, and I was super happy to see his version of Dr. Sivana in Shazam. Now, obviously, I said that this movie was not that bad, but I didn't say that it's good either. I can enjoy a crappy and silly movie, but that doesn't make it automatically good in any sense. Thus, I would obviously like to acknowledge the problems that this movie had, and oh boy, there are a lot. But I guess the majority of the public already knows the problems of this movie. But still, I'd like to say that other than the horrendous CGI, the two main problems that this film faces are the earthly shenanigans and the character of Parallax. In my opinion, the earthly shenanigans and the love interest stuff was just too much, and honestly, Hal Jordan's origin story could have been told even without all this shenanigans. A little more focus on the cosmic and space stuff would have been a lot better, and it would have introduced the Green Lantern Corps a lot more interestingly. Also, Parallax was a bad villain for the movie, and his gravity couldn't be felt at all. Like, he's genuinely not given justice in this movie, considering how big of a character he is in the comics. Also, slightly Kilowog is misunderstood here. Anyway, these are two of my main gripes from this movie. And of course, the elephant in the room is definitely the CGI. It was just bad. I don't really understand why they thought a total CGI suit would actually work. Spider-Man Homecoming. But nevertheless, I feel that the studio should have opted for a much more simple and traditional comic book like simpler suit. Just take the example of the Justice League TV series. I'm pretty sure it would have looked better and it would have also saved them a crap ton of money. I know that they tried to do something cool by making the suit look like it is channeling the Green Lantern's power throughout the body of the user, but it just didn't work for the movie. Nevertheless, this is my opinion on the 2011 Green Lantern movie. I genuinely feel that this movie is just hated for the sake of fun and meme culture. Of course, it had its problems moving forward, but I really wish we got the sequel with the Sinestro tease. And also, before watching the movie, I actually thought that it would be as bad as Dragon Ball Evolution. But no, it was pretty okayish movie with some great bits and some not so great bits. So that's why I feel like Green Lantern 2011 is not that bad of a movie. And that's my controversial opinion of 2020. Now you can go down to the comment section and say how much wrong I am for not hating on something just for the sake of sounding cool. Haters gonna hate, you can dislike if you're offended. Just kidding, just kidding, just kidding. Please don't dislike, I need those likes, I need those subs. I really need those subscribers. Anyway, jokes apart, that's it for today guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to drop a like, I'd really appreciate that. And also mention your thoughts in the comment section below. If you want to watch more of my content, then make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram and follow me on Facebook. Links are in the description below. As always, this is WonderYZ and I'll see you soon in the next one.